What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've done one of these. This movie I don't have on video. I thought I did. I don't know if I lost it or if I'm just losing my mind and I never had it, but I'm just gonna hold up this Biolante toy instead. It's totally unrelated, but that's what you get. Alright, so we're going to check out Dagon from 2001. Based on a short story by H.P. Lovecraft, but not based on the short story Dagon. Don't get confused. It's based on the shadow over Innsmouth. I don't know why they called it Dagon, because Dagon is like a strange name. It's weird to say. Like, the first time I ever saw it, I thought it said dragon. And I was like, what the fuck is this? They should have just called it the Shadow over Innsmouth. Or they should have just called it Fish People. The Fish People. That would have been a much better title. The Fish People. Dagon was directed by Stuart Gordon, who's done some other Lovecraft adaptations. He did Reanimator, From Beyond, and Castle Freak. He also did one of my favorite movies of all time, Robot Jocks. That was a Stuart Gordon flick. It was produced by Brian Usna, who we've talked about before. He directed Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4. So like most Lovecraft adaptations, this isn't like a direct adaptation. It's sort of like a modern reshaping of it. I don't know, but I've always really liked this movie. I've always really liked this movie a lot. So we got our main guy is this dude named Paul. And the movie opens on him having a dream of scuba diving, and he's exploring this giant eye symbol, and then he sees this crazy mermaid girl and wakes up. Aquatic jump scare right out of the gate. So he's on this sailboat with his lady friend and some old people, and I don't know if these fucking boomers are supposed to be like his parents or if they're supposed to be like friends that he has. It's not really made clear. They're just the boomers. They're just there to kind of get in the way and die. I don't know. So Paul doesn't say that he's like the Wolf of Wall Street or anything, but he is like, his lady says that they're like the nouveau riche. They're, you know, they're recently rich, and he's playing on a little laptop, little 2001 laptop, doing stock stuff. So I don't know if he's like a full-time Wall Street bro or if he's just a hobbyist who made some cash. Maybe he bought some GameStop stock. I don't know. So he's one of these like guys that's always been out of shape and doesn't know how to chill. Like, he has no chill. So his lady takes his laptop and just chucks that shit into the ocean. Because that's what you do with stuff like that. It's like car batteries, you know? You just chuck them into the ocean. You know, fuck the ocean. Fuck fish. So then a crazy storm rolls in and pushes their boat, which shoves their boat up against some rocks. Their CGI boat up against some rocks, puts a hole in the hull. So now they're trapped on this rock. But it doesn't matter, because if they got off the rock, they would sink. But they see this town off in the distance, and they look with like binoculars, they look, and there's no one around anywhere. So he shoots his little fucking flare gun, pew, shoots his flare gun, and there's no one in town to see it, so that was just, you know, totally futile. So Paul and his girl take the emergency raft, and they paddle out to the shore, you know, to seek help. Halfway there, the raft springs a leak, so now they have no possible escape from the... I don't think this is an island. I keep wanting to say island, but I'm pretty sure it's just some like village somewhere. I don't know. We never get into like the geography of the place. I know that in Shadow over Innsmouth, it's a town in Massachusetts, but I don't know here. I don't know. Are they everybody's like speaking Spanish, so maybe they're off like the coast of Spain and this is just like some sleepy village in Spain somewhere, or it could be an island. I don't know. I'm probably going to keep saying island, and it's wrong. So while our rich bros are paddling to safety, the fucking boomers who are back on the sailboat, like I guess something fell on Boomer Lady, and now she's all like cripped up and hurt, and they get attacked. They get attacked by some unseen force in the water. Good. Good. That's what they get. That's what you get for fucking the world up, boomers. So the Gen X bros land on shore and they're walking around. There's no one, so they're like exploring, looking for people. They pass this building that's the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Very big cult in the lore of Lovecraft, the Lorecraft. Also, on the sign is the eye that he saw in his dream, and he's like, whoa, hey, that's a little weird, bro. It's a little fucking weird, because I just dreamt that, and now it's here. But whatever, let's keep looking for people. So they wander into this church, and they see a priest who only speaks Spanish, but luckily, Paul's lady also speaks Spanish. I guess that's a fringe benefit of being a rich stock market bro who has a Mediterranean lady. So the priest hooks them up with some boat bros at the harbor, and I mean, these boat bros are obviously a fish people. Look at them. They're fucking fish people. Like, they're masked and covered up or whatever, but clearly fish people. And even if not, like, why would you get on a boat with these fucking masked, creepy looking dudes, all pasty, look like fucking powder? Whatever, I don't know. Gotta save the boomers. Gotta save the boomers on the sailboat because they can't help themselves. The boomers are helpless. The boomers are helpless. So Paul goes off on the boat to save the helpless boomers, save their lives, fucking helpless children, and his lady stays behind so she can presumably contact the police or something. I don't know what they're gonna do. But so at this point she notices that the priest has webbed fingers. Webbed fingers. Huh? It's a little fucking weird. Huh? It's a little fucking weird. It's not every day you see somebody with webbed fingers. So she's a little freaked out, you know? It's like, yeah, what the fuck's going on here? Why you got webbed fingers, man? You want to explain yourself? No? So she goes wandering through, she kind of like walks off because she's freaked out, and she goes wandering through the back alleys of this fishing village, and she runs across a few fish people all like sweeping in the rain or just like slowly creeping around or whatever. And I don't understand why the fish people have to be all like masked and covered up, because everybody in this town is a fish people. So, if everyone is a fish people, who are you hiding from? This is not like a tourist town. There's nobody coming. Like, we find out later, like, there's been nobody there in, like, a year. So, what the fuck are they all wrapped up for? I don't... Like, if I'm a fish people and you're a fish people, I'm not gonna cover myself up to hide the fact that I'm a fish people. I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, fish bro, what's up? You want to come over and watch a horror movie? I've got Bassmasters, Bill Dance. It's crazy, you know? Let's watch some, let's kick it. I mean, I get that for like the sake of the movie and the visual, it's for the audience, it's for us to like see them, and then later on when it's like this big revelatory moment of the unmasking of the fish people, we're like, oh, it's a fish people. But, you know, in the reality of the everyday situation, you know, why are they wrapped up? Anybody that shows up in the town gets fucking kidnapped and sacrificed anyway. So even if someone does come to town, then, you know, there is some really cool sound design in this movie, though. I really love the sound design of all of the, like, creatures, little, like, clicking sounds. Little fucking creepy noises that they make is really, really, really well done. I just love noises like that in general, like the, you know, the Peter Cullen, like creepy predator sounds, stuff like that. Yeah, I love those sounds. So she goes running into this hotel, which I guess is the clear safe haven from the fish people in a town where everybody is a fish people. So obviously the guy in the hotel won't be a fish people, right? There's no way. So she talks at this clearly a fish people bro. He looks like fucking Lurch. You can't trust that fucking creep. Look at that guy. You turn around and leave. Obviously, he's a fish Lurch. So, as you would expect, she gets attacked and subdued by Lurch and the web finger priest fish priest. So we're back to Paul, who arrives at the sailboat to save the boomers. He goes, save the boomers, like the fucking whales. Save the boomers. You're gonna have a big... I'm so sick of boomers. And I mean, look at these boat bros that he's with. Look at this fucking guy. Clearly a fish person. And even if he wasn't, like, that's a creepy fucking dude. That is not a dude that you want to get on a boat and be alone in the middle of the fucking ocean, in the middle of international waters with. Paul is making some poor decisions. And I'm thinking it's because he likes to hang out with boomers. But anyway, they're gone either way because they were attacked by a creature earlier. So they're gone. So he sees like some bloody sweater and just goes, fuck it, man. Gives up immediately and goes back. And when he gets back, he's greeted by the priest, who I guess while Paul was gone, priest was, you know, studying his Rosetta Stone program or something, because now he speaks English.
La señorita goes to find the police.
Paul goes to the hotel and encounters Lurch, who is revealed to have gills. A fish person! But Paul don't give a fuck. He just takes a key and goes to his room to see if they have HBO or whatever. Spoiler alert, Paul. There ain't no HBO. There ain't no continental breakfast either, okay? This ain't the fucking Ramada. See, maybe that's a problem with these fish people, is that if they had a Ramada, then they would be sunnier, happier people. Because they'd have that endless pancake bar or whatever. And that'll do wonders for you. Endless pancakes will do wonders for the soul. Even the fish person's soul. I'm told. But seriously though, why is there even a hotel in this town? And why is Lurch the one who was chosen to man it? Like, who the fuck is coming to this hotel? No one who lives there in the town seems to be hanging out and kicking it in this hotel. It's not like they have like a killer arcade that everybody's going to play fucking DDR. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that just doesn't make sense. Like, I get it. It's there for the sake of the movie. But, you know, we're breaking this down. Reality. Why? Who owns this fucking place? Why are they keeping it open? Nonsense. So Paul's cold kicking it in this chair that looks uncomfortable as hell. And his lady strolls in and he's all like, oh baby, I missed you, yeah. And then she turns and oh, it's the mermaid lady from his dream. It's not his lady, it's mermaid lady. Crazy, right? And then we see these dank-ass CGI tentacles come out of her mouth. All the CGI in this movie looks like it's from a Sci-Fi Channel original. Like, when I first saw this movie, I think I saw it back in like the early 2000s. It wasn't much longer after it came out. But when I first saw it, I thought that it was a Sci-Fi Channel movie. I think I actually may have seen it on the Sci-Fi Channel. But it has that feel. It has that like production design. It has that overall look. You know how Sci-Fi Channel movies have that look, especially ones from around that time. I'm not talking about the Asylum movies, the like Sharknadoes. That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about like the actual Sci-Fi Channel originals. I don't know. I mean, do you see it in this? Am I crazy? I don't know. Let me know. Turns out that the mermaid tentacle mouth lady was just a dream. So he wakes up, looks out of the balcony, opens the door, look out of the balcony. Holy shit. It's a whole slew of fish people. It's the whole fish people population down there. All standing around, pointing at him, making fucking creepy fish people sounds. And they're all covered up. Again, for who? Who is cruising around this fucking town shaming, just disgusted by these people and shaming them into like wrapping their heads in old dirty t-shirts? Probably the fucking boomers. Probably the boomers. There are boomers in the village And the boomers are the ones who are like, oh, even though I'm a fish people and you're a fish people, you're grossing me out, dude. Cover it up. Cover it up. So I love this little part right here, though, where he like realizes there's no lock on the door to his room. So he uses this little screwdriver on his little red pocket knife to unscrew the latch from the bathroom door and swap it over to the main door. It's so silly, like that because he's sitting there and it's so slow. It's, I don't know, it made me laugh.
Can I help you?
So then it gets kind of comical here for a second. He's trying to hold like both doors at the same time, and then he gets bum rushed by the fish people. They come in, they're everywhere. So he just fucking dives off this balcony into like a greenhouse or something. So while he's hiding out in the greenhouse or whatever, he notices that there are like dried out skins of humans. There's just faces hanging out. And he sees this boomer buddy, old man Boomer, and he's all fucking flayed open. God, I love the sound design. It's great. It sounds like porpoises squeaking or something. It's amazing. Listen to this. So now he encounters the one human in the village, a drunk bum who lives under a rock. He greets him like any red-blooded American by threatening to slit his throat with a little red pocket knife. He kicks it with this old man, and they finds out that the fish people killed his girl, and then the bum dishes out the story of the town and how like this fishing town dried up and there were no more fish, so they prayed for fish, but God didn't give them any fish. So this sinister fisherman guy starts praying to Dagon, right? The fish god. Now the fish just start jumping out of the fucking sea into their hands, and a bunch of gold trinkets and shit wash ashore. And the bum's dad is like, yo, fuck this gold, bruh. And he just chucks that shit into the ocean. But everybody else is all about the gold. They're like, yeah, money. So they destroy the church and they kill the priest, which is something I can get behind. Yeah. And they set up the esoteric order of Dagon. So now everybody's praying to Dagon. One day there's no more gold, so they gotta start making sacrifices. And they slit the bum's dad's throat. He should have kept the damn gold. You know? What was wrong with it? What was wrong with getting some gold? You know? It don't hurt nobody. I mean, it hurt him. Gets fucking throat slit. You know? There's no mystery why he was the one chosen for first sacrifice. Because he was, you know, anti-gold. There's no room for that here. You know? What do you want, silver? Fuck you.
Either you're drunk, or you're totally fucking insane.
So this leads me to my next question. Where is the liquor store in this town? Because this dude has like a seemingly endless supply of liquor that he keeps pulling out of his fucking coat. And like, if he's a drunkard and always drunk, there has to be a ton of liquor to sustain this dude. He's old as fuck, so it's, for a long time, he has to have been drinking a lot. I want to know more about the infrastructure of this town. Like, is there a Lowe's? Is there a Home Depot? Are there any Dollar Generals? I really want to know. So the thing with these fish people, we find out, is that everyone in the town is changing into a fish people so that they can go into the sea, right? So the thing with the story is that, like the Lovecraft story, is that women in the town get fucked by the deep ones, the actual fish people. This is what a deep one looks like. They come out of the sea, fuck the women, right? So then the women have babies who are the fish people that are humans that turn into fish people. So if that's what's happening here, based on this bum's age, that he was a baby, a kid when this started, now he's like, I don't know, what was he like? He looks 70, but he's also a homeless drunk, so he could be 50 and just have a lot of miles on him, you know, it's hard to tell. But I don't know if the timeline adds up for every single person in this village that we encounter to be the product of a woman fucked by a fish person to have repopulated the whole town. I don't know. It's not really clear. I don't know. So Paul finds a big ass house and a car, and he tries to steal the car, but he sucks at everything and fucks that up. Big surprise. Then he runs into the house to try to escape instead of running away into the woods, because that's how you escape. You don't run away from things, you run into things. Fucking idiot. This dude sucks. So he runs in a room and he sees the mermaid, and she's all laying in a bed, and she's like, "Hey, bro, I've dreamt you. I've been waiting for you, bro. Come here. Come here." She's like, you know, "Let's hook up. You want to hook up?" And at first he's like, "Nah." And she's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Yeah, you know, all right." So they start hooking up. And then he sees that she's got gills and tentacles, and he gets all freaked out and shit. What a prude, man. Like, fuck you, dude. That could have been a hell of a time, you know? Have a little sense of adventure. Have fun with the fucking mermaid lady, you know? Like I said, the dude sucks. He's fucking, I mean, hanging out with boomers, of course he's not going to be into anything cool. You know, fuck a mermaid, live a little. So he goes fucking running away, and he's driving on a road to nowhere in the rain, and then he fucking plows into some fish people, and they go flying. Look at that. It's like they're on wires and get yanked away. It is great. I love it. I love it. But then he swerves and has a blowout because he also sucks at driving like everything else. He also, like, so he runs out of the car, and then he runs into this house. He keeps running into these fucking houses like they're not going to be overrun by fish people. Newsflash, bro. They're all overrun by fucking fish people. The town's nothing but fish people. Everywhere you go, there's going to be a fish people. Don't go into any houses, stupid. But no, he's all surprised and shit when he encounters a fish people. A tentacled fish people who has a human child. This one's pretty cool. So what does Mr. Fishman do? The old head in the toilet trick, straight out of 8th grade. Swirly time, and this fucking nerd deserves it. Because he should have fucked the mermaid lady, you know? So then he runs out of there, and he gets fucking hilariously trapped in a net in slow motion. And then this fish person here, he looks like a damn alien mask from Party City or something. So Paul wakes up in a barn or something, and his lady friend's there, and so is the bum, and the boomer lady from the sailboat, who was attacked by the creature. He ate one of her legs, apparently.
Try not to think about it.
No. Oh God. It's inside me.
They gave Dagon.
What does that mean?
He have her. Take her. Se la ha follado. He fucked her.
So the boomer lady got fucked by a fish person. Or Dagon. I think Dagon. But so now she's going to give birth to a fish person. So maybe everybody in the town is the product of the fish people fucking. I don't know. I mean, when this bum explains things, he has like a really gravelly voice and a thick accent, so it's kind of hard to understand him. Like at some points I had to put the subtitles on. So maybe I just misunderstood what he was saying. I don't know. This boomer lady ain't having any of this, though, because she's a fucking racist. She's like, interracial baby? I think the fuck not. And she just straight up commits seppuku, bruh. Seppuku.
Biggie! Biggie! Biggie!
Fucking righteous.
We will live for eternity in the sea. This is the way of Dagon.
Look, I can write you a check now for $1 million. $10 million if you let us go, and the woman. Okay?
We have 1,000 times that in gold. It means nothing.
Right.
So they sacrifice the bum. They literally cut and tear his fucking face off. There's some top-notch gore here, and I love it.
Thou shalt prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
So they're starting to cut off Paul's face, and then the mermaid lady comes strolling in and saves him. She's like, nah, I'm trying to get with him. Don't cut his face off. I'm gonna need that.
Dagon needs her.
Fuck Dagon!
Yes. And the child will be immortal.
Yeah, but there's a catch. It has to live the rest of its life as some kind of half-assed fish in the sea.
Enjoy with Dagon.
I guess the thing is, before they came here, there hadn't been a sacrifice in over a year to Dagon. So now the plan is that Dagon is gonna fuck Paul's Mediterranean lady, and she's gonna have a fish people baby. Yeah, that's the plan. Now it's time for Paul to go straight up Marcellus Wallace on the fish people.
Come on, motherfucker. I'm not a defenseless old man. You want this face? Come and get it. This is what it's like to die.
Now we cut to the ceremony where they're gonna sacrifice Paul's girl to Dagon, and all the fish people are wearing the dried out human skin masks. It's fucking epic. And the mermaid is like a priestess fucking cutting her up and preparing her to get fucked by a fish with much delight, because her deal is that she is pissed because Paul is like in love with his lady, but the mermaid wants him. She's like, you know, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna cut her up. What do you think about that? The shocked face that the mermaid lady makes is comically bad. It's like the actress is doing her best, but it's not good. It's not good. Paul manages to like save his lady and pull her up from this well, but it's too late, because here comes motherfucking Dagon in all his sci-fi channel CGI glory. So we got this dude who is the kingfish, who's like the leader, who I guess is the one who owns the big mansion at the hill where he saw the mermaid lady earlier. When he was talking, I had to put subtitles on because he also had this like gravelly voice and a thick ass accent. I couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying. The big reveal here is that Paul himself is a fish people. He has gills. I guess his mom came to the fishing village when King Fishman was a rich dude and he knocked her up. But now he's a full-blown fish and not like a handsome rich dude. But he looks pretty fucking awesome. Like, I love the makeup job they did on this dude. It's great.
What's happening to me?
You are my brother. You will be my lover. Forever.
But now Paul knows how to get him. The old self-immolation gag. Gets him every time. So she knocks him into the water, and he's all like mangled, but his gills start working. And now he, I guess, accepts that he's a fish people, and he will live in the underwater city forever. And that's Dagon. So in the mythos, Dagon is like 50 feet tall, and his thing is that he's not like a great old one like Cthulhu. He's just a regular deep one, but because he's lived so long, he just kept growing and growing because he took his Flintstone vitamins every day, and eventually he became King Deep One. And so for the cult, the esoteric order of Dagon, like, the thing is that they're not really worshiping Dagon. They are, but he is more like a middleman between the cult people and Cthulhu, sleeping Cthulhu. But I don't know, if you want to know more, go, it's kind of convoluted, really, because like most of the mythos stuff was not written by Lovecraft. It's stuff that like people later took and ran with. So it's, I don't know, go read a fucking book, you know? Do something constructive with your life. But overall, I really love this movie. It looks like a Sci-Fi Channel original movie, and it's by no means a great movie, but it's enjoyable, it's fun. I think it's probably my favorite Lovecraft adaptation, because there are a lot of really terrible ones, and there are a lot of them that are like an adaptation of a Lovecraft story, but it's so far removed from the source material that you can't even really call it an adaptation. And then there's stuff like Annihilation, which is not an adaptation, but it is, because it's clearly The Color Out of Space. I personally think that Annihilation is a much better adaptation of The Color Out of Space than The Color Out of Space is. So you should check out Annihilation, because that movie fucking rules. But yeah, so if you get bored and you got nothing to do, check out Dagon. You might like it. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, well thanks so much for watching. Go subscribe and all that, and I'll make another video sometime. I don't know, they haven't been too regular, but, you know, the world's falling apart, bro. You know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I don't know. Thanks for sticking around and staying with me and hanging out, you know? I appreciate it. But I'll see you guys next time.